Jerry Doyle again. Thanks for stopping back for another catch up in thinking about your career. So this question comes in from Tony on the East Coast of the United States, and he writes and says that the advice he's given is never take an unpaid internship. I think in terms of your career search, there are great times to take an internship that's unpaid, and perhaps not so great a time. But here's where I think it can be essential to take an unpaid internship. First, some places only offer unpaid internships for college students or high school students. And so there you're choosing a location, you're hiring a boss or a supervisor or a community or a team to teach you something. Even if you're getting paid for an internship, the most appropriate apprenticeship or internship is where you are gaining a ton of value. You're learning new skills, you're building new networks, you're testing out a set of ideas that you might not otherwise be able to have access to or be qualified for, right? Sometimes what you're giving up in exchange for your time is the ability to learn something. Now you are bringing something to the table. You have some transferable skills that you've developed in other areas. Hard work, discipline, rigor, analysis, writing, coding, whatever, right? You're bringing that to the table. But what you don't have is some other aspects. And you need to see the unpaid internship as a stepping stone to something else. So you don't want to do an unpaid internship where you're not learning, you're not building your network, you're not testing new ideas, you're not gaining access to opportunities that you might not otherwise have. Now, throughout my career from 15 to 60, right, I have done a variety of things that are unpaid, maybe unpaid internships, maybe unpaid work, what I would call auditioning, right? I'm building a set of skills because I'm giving my time, but I'm also asking for an opportunity, and I'm really clear about what I'm asking for, and you should as well, right? When you're discussing and negotiating the terms of the internship, right? So can an internship be meaningful, productive, incredibly worthwhile if it's unpaid? Absolutely. What you want to be absolutely sure of is that you're learning, you're growing, you're testing your ideas, you're putting yourself in situations that you would not otherwise have access to. That's kind of what that exchange is about, right? If you simply took an internship or an apprenticeship because it might pay you a little bit, then you might be missing out on this opportunity. Now, throughout my life, right, I've also taken some jobs where I need to get paid. We've talked about that in other instances. Like, these are things that you need to keep the lights on, pay the rent, right? But you can also experiment, create a sandbox, create a garden, as it were, where you're learning these new things. So thanks to Tony, can there be meaningful opportunities and ways in which you can take an unpaid internship? Absolutely. Think about some of the things we've talked about. Think about the rubric that makes sense for you. Talk to the team, talk to the people who are hiring you in the organization, so you set out really clear learning goals and professional goals and knowledge goals for yourself, and then you can keep both yourself and the organization accountable. It's way different from people who are starting their careers 25, 50 years ago, right? The jobs that you will be in throughout your career haven't even been created or defined or named, which means you have to keep learning, and some of that learning you're going to enroll in formal learning, some of it's going to be informal, some of it will be doing, I think, internships or apprenticeships throughout your career. Some of those may be unpaid, and that's okay. Anyway, thanks Tony for the question. Have a great afternoon.